Good morning, beautiful people of the world. Good morning. If I sound like I'm in a tunnel, it's because I got an ear, something's going on with my ear. And I probably sound funny. I have an earache. And I took some Tylenol last night before I went to bed, and that did help. I'm so sick of them in these fucking garbage cans. I don't know what the fuck to do. And I feel like I got something in my ear, but it's really that my ear hurt. It's achy. It's aching. And I don't know. I don't know if it's my sinuses. That's what it feel like. Because I told you I felt like all week I was coming down with something. And I got this little cough. It's so dusty in the department that I work in. It's crazy. But anyway, good morning again. Happy Throwback Thursday. This is Throwback Thursday. Today is the 21st of August, 2025. I hope you all have had a great week thus far. So just before I get into my subject, fix this camera. Before I get into my subject, on my community page, you go to my YouTube channel. You have to click on my channel, and you go to Visit Community. In there, in Visit Community, you can upload pictures of yourself. So if you want to upload a current picture, or if you want to do, I want to do Throwback Thursday. See some of your throwback pics, pictures of you when you was a baby, pictures of you when you were young. You got a throwback picture of something, or you want to write a throwback post over there. That's where you can do it on my Visiting Community page on my YouTube channel. Okay. So you remember I told you that I was like, oh, I wish we could post pictures. Now we can. So today is Throwback Thursday. If you want to participate, go on there and write and upload a picture of yourself or someone, or write a post, a throwback memory, or you can write a throwback memory in a comment. But on the Visiting Community page, I would like to see pictures of you. A throwback picture, because it is Throwback Thursday. Okay. On Tuesday we do Truthful Tuesday. On Wednesday we don't really have a thing. Thursday is Throwback Thursday, and Friday we just party because it's Friday. And I was able to put some makeup on before I left the house. I'm running a little behind. That's all right. So on yesterday, I told you about my brother-in-law and my sister, right? So, yesterday, I called one of my best friends up, and I was telling him about it. And I talked to my mom about it. I talked to my other best girlfriend about it, my other best girlfriend about it, and then I talked to you all about it. And all of you all pretty much had the same comment, same advice. I read everybody's comment on the video on yesterday of what you all said, and I totally agreed. So a few of you all said I would get my $400 back and book my own flight. So I thought about that, and I went back and forth in my mind about doing that, about what harm would this cause? How would I do this or whatever? So I thought about it, and when I tell you, he lived rent-free in my head yesterday, and not him, but not him, particularly him. The situation got to me, and when I tell you, I was on 10 yesterday, and I could not come down off of 10 because that's just how pissed I was at him. I was pissed all day. I thought about it all day. My mama said she woke up in the middle of the night thinking about it, the audacity. And then I didn't sleep good the night before either, because when I woke up, that was the first thing that was on my mind. And should nobody be the first thing on my mind that don't mean shit to me. You know what I mean? First person that should be on my mind is either my son, my mama, or my man. And he ain't neither of them for me. So, yesterday evening, when I got to my mom's house, we talked about it again. I said, you know what? I said, she told me that there was no way she could cancel the flight. When I asked her to cancel it the day that they booked it, I said, she told me that the flights were going fast. I said, let me go on Southwest right now and let me look. I pull up Southwest and the same goddamn flight going and coming back is still fucking available. Another thing that I don't think that he did either when he booked my flight, you can book one adult and one teen and you get a different rate for a teen than you do adult. I believe he charged both of those flights, coming and going to New Orleans and coming back. I believe he charged, he put down 2 adults. So that meant that my flight was more. That's why my flight was so much more. Not to mention all the added things that were on there that we did agree to put on there, like, you know, when you don't have to go through boarding and you just go straight in or whatever. But that wasn't even that much. But he booked my flight for 2 adults instead of 1 teen and 1 adult. So that also made my flight be more. See, this is sneaky little bullshit that he does. That's why I don't fuck with him. So I go in to Southwest and I said, well, I be damned. These same fucking flights that she told me that couldn't be changed, that the flights was going fast, are available. Isn't that ironic? But when I asked you to cancel it that day, you told me that you couldn't do that. So this is why I'm fucking pissed at her too. So yesterday on our little text message thread, when it's myself, my mom, my niece, and her, they were talking. I didn't say shit. See, because I'm not no phony person. When I'm mad at you, or you ain't did something to me, I shut all the fuck the way down on you. I don't say nothing to you. So I ain't open up my mouth. So I said, well, ain't this something? The same flights she told me were not available are available. Same flight, same time. Going and coming back. So I said to my mother, I said, the flights are available. They're right here. I said, so why did she tell me that she couldn't cancel it? They couldn't cancel it because the flights were going. She told me and my mother in the thread, the flights are going fast. Okay. Where is this? I'm trying to find out where is this. Here it is. Hold on, y'all. It's a whole hump right here, and I be trying to not go over it too fast. It's kind of high. I think the street in buckle from the heat was already bad. But anyway, I'm like, huh. So again, I thought about it all day, and I just felt like, you know, I don't like nobody to feel like they got one up on me. I don't like nobody to feel like they can dangle. I don't like nobody to feel like they can dangle something in front of my face. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like nobody to feel like, oh, you know, oh, I got her. You know, I got her where I want her. You know, she gonna have to do what I need her to do because if she want this flight. That pissed me off. That pissed me off. I was like, nah, you ain't gonna have the ability to do that to me. So I told my mama, I said, I'm finna text his ass and tell him to cancel this fucking flight and to send me my $400 back. I said, and I guarantee you that bitch can't send me my $400 back because he ain't spent it. So I added it up. I added up what my mama sent him and what I sent him. It was close to $1,000. Now, mind you, I sent him this $400 August 4th. What day is it? It's August 21st. You tell me that the bill, your credit card bill statement, the bill is due, you got to pay on a credit card September 2nd. We ain't even out of fucking August. So if I sent you $400 and she sent you close to $600, that's a little close to $1,000. So there's your motherfucking payment to pay for September. You booked this shit on a credit card. You didn't pay cash for these flights. You booked it on a credit card. So my mama said, so you finna text him and tell him that? I said, I sure am. She said, well, wait till Friday. I said, no, I'm not waiting till Friday. I'm gonna tell this motherfucker this today. So he got 2 days to figure out how the fuck he gonna get me my money back. I said, I bet you. I said, I'm finna call this motherfucker's bluff. And sometimes you kind of call a motherfucker's bluff in order to let them know I'm not the one bitch to play with. Go play with your dad ass mama. Don't play with me. I don't like bullshit. I don't like nobody thinking that, I'ma do this to her. No, motherfucker, I'ma do you one. Because you got $400 of my money. And I can prove that. Because I wrote in the memo. Now see, this is how dumb they are. My sister tells me, write in the memo, flight for cruise. So I wrote that. So now, bitch, if I got to take your ass to court, here's my proof that I sent you $400 and what the fuck it was for. So my mama said, call his bluff. So I sent him a text. I didn't speak. Last time I said hey to him, he came back, he didn't even speak. So fuck you. So I texted him and I said, his name, Greg. I said, Greg, I cannot pay you $400 this coming Friday, August 22nd, 2025. I said, I can send you $200 on Friday, August 22nd, 2025. I made sure I put them dates in there as proof. And I said, if this is not acceptable, please cancel my flight. I didn't even say please. I said cancel my flight and send me my $400 back. I didn't say thank you. I didn't say shit. Also, it was motherfucking crickets for a long goddamn time. He didn't say shit. So then he comes back and he said, you know, if you had to just work something out with me, it wouldn't have had to be all of this. I'll see. I will call Southwest and see if I can cancel you all's flight. I'm talking about me and Chris. If I can cancel you all's flight, and I'll see if I'm able to do so by sending you your $400 back. I don't know if I can send you your $400 back. Why not? Why not? You ain't paid the motherfucking bill. Why not? So what you do with my $400? Yeah, you went to the motherfucking boat and lost my $400. Now that the bill is due and you didn't take that close to $1,000 and pay on that on your credit card bill, you took my money that I Zelled you, the money my mama Zelled you, and you took the money that my mama Zelled you, and what did you do? You went to the boat. Now the credit card bill coming. Now you trying to get $400 from me so you can pay on that bill. You can kiss my ass. You won't get it. Why you can't send me my $400 back? I just gave it to you August 4th. Because you took that money and you blew it. Whatever you fuck you did with it. And I told mom, I read to my mom, I said, what did I tell you? I said, this bitch can't send me my money back. He can't send me my money back. Because he fucking spent it like he spent yours. So I wrote back, cool. Do what you do, motherfucker. So then, when I was on the live yesterday, he texted. And I couldn't wait to get off the live and see what he said. So guess what, y'all? He couldn't cancel my flight. He couldn't cancel the 2 flights. My flight and Chris' flight. I called Southwest, and I'm not able to cancel the flight. I can only get a credit on the flight. So, oh, but wait. In the first text he said, whatever my balance would be. He said, oh, no, that was in the second text. He said, I called Southwest and I was unable to cancel the flight. I could only get a credit. And because I can and I can't send you your $400 back. I don't even think he mentioned the $400, but he said in the text he could not cancel the flight. He could only get a credit. Yeah, bitch, I know you can't cancel it. But you want to throw that bullshit up in my motherfucking face. See, if you had to shut the fuck up and not said that to me the day before, so I called your motherfucking bluff. And you didn't expect that. That was the whole thing. He thought I was like, oh, he gonna cancel our flight. I knew he couldn't cancel it. And more than that, whether he could cancel it or not, I knew he didn't have my money. So he says, your remaining balance is like $533 or something like that. And he goes, so you said you can only send me $200 on Friday. You said only send me $200 on Friday, and then will I get the remainder balance? I'll forget what day he wrote back. I'm not committed to shit. I wrote back. I said I will pay you when I get paid. So then he come back, and he breaks it down. So on the 7th, you'll send a payment, and then on the 21st, I said yes. And he comes back, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, my ass. Now run tell your wife that. And I don't even know if she know that he even wrote that to me, threatening to cancel my flight to begin with. I don't even know. Because I didn't text her and tell her what he said, because I already knew she was going to take up for his bullshit. So I was like, I ain't got to tell you nothing. But I bet you he was over there having all kinds of fits with her. Your sister, you know, I mean, she can't pay her money. Oh, I know he gave her the motherfucking blues yesterday. And here's the interesting thing. When I sent him the $400, when I was asking her to cancel it, and I was telling her that I didn't have the whole amount to send to him, she said to me, now listen to this. Well, yeah, because I told him, bro, you know, he wants me to give him all of mine. I said, you his wife. I said, he's sweating you for your portion of it. First of all, if you got a credit card and you put it on your credit card, why are you sweating your wife for her money? You want all of her money too. See, that tells you that there's an addiction there. That tells you that. It tells you that there's an addiction. Because you're so thirsty for this money. I mean, you're so thirsty. I don't get it. It would be different if I ain't gave him nothing. But you got $400 of my money. So, I didn't even tell her. I didn't even send her the text. I didn't say nothing. But I ain't said 2 words to her either. I wish you would make up your mind when you are going. Oh, Jesus. Joseph and Mary. Yep. So I called his bluff. I called him out. And he wasn't expecting that. He wasn't expecting for me to tell him to cancel that damn flight. He wasn't expecting none of that. Over here, you over there. Which way you going? And I'm so glad that I said that to him. I'm so glad. Because had I not said anything and allowed him to do that to me and allowed him to punk me into sending him, you ain't finna do that. You ain't finna do me. So it worked out just the way I wanted it to work out. And he does all of our, because he's a tax preparer, an accountant. He does all of our taxes. At this point, I don't trust him to do shit. Let me go punch in. I'll be right back. So, as they say, you know, I can't stand a shiesty type of motherfucker. I can't stand somebody who always trying to get over. I can't stand nobody. You know, if he had just been honest and said, look, you know, because what I told my mother yesterday, let me go back. If he had just been honest and said, listen, I screwed some money up or whatever, and I got to pay this bill, and I just wanted to know if you can send 400 or whatever. If he had just been honest, but you want to say to me, if you had just talked to me, we could have worked something out. First of all, again, this is on a credit card. So it ain't nothing to work out with you. We don't go on a cruise until October. Bitch, it's just August. It's just fucking August. I just paid him August 4th. What day is it today? August 21st. So from August 4th to now, you ain't put no money on that credit card. You took the money and you went to the boat and you lost it. Now that's the fucking truth. That's the truth. Now you scrambling because you need that $400 to pay on the bill. And you want to come back and you want to reach back for me. That's why both of them, well, that wasn't the original plan. Listen here, I don't give a fuck what the original plan was. I didn't give y'all no original nothing. I never did. What I said was I would pay you on every payday before the cruise. That's what I said. And if I'm not mistaken, all the paydays ain't came up. We just in this next payday, which is tomorrow. So tomorrow, you will get your fucking $200, and you will get another whatever when I get paid again. And then you will get it again at the end of the month. Get your ass out of here. Fuck you think you playing with. Like I said, go play with your dead ass mama. Don't come over here trying to play and run no motherfucking games on me. Because just like you think you smart, I'm smart too, bitch. I'm telling y'all, I was so motherfucking mad on yesterday when I got off of this live. I could not let it go. So I told my mama, I said, he can't get nothing out of me that I don't have. Whatever I send is what he got to accept. I'm sure he in his mind saying he'll never do this again. You ain't got to worry, because you ain't got to even say it, because it'll never happen again, because I don't fuck with you like that. And you already know that. Y'all decided, oh, we'll put it on a credit card and then we'll just keep asking her for money because we need to pay this. So no, you ain't finna use me. You ain't finna use me because you got a fucking habit. Because you like a dope fiend when it come to gambling. No. No. You ain't finna use me. Use your mama. Use your mama. Crooked teeth, ugly bastard. Don't play with me. So now, he gonna get what I sent him when I send it to him. And that's that. And you feel whatever kind of fucking way you want to feel. Because when you trying to get over and play these little fucking games, guess what? Your ass got fucking burnt. You got burnt. There's always one motherfucker that's always trying to get over. He's nothing but a shyster. He's nothing but a gambler and an alcoholic. And he think that he can play these pussyfoot games with me. Like I said, go play with your mama. Don't play with me. And I mean that. I mean that. Because if I tell you I'm going to pay you back, I'm going to pay you back. I know how much I owe you. I'm not dumb, I'm not stupid, and I'm not slow. And I know how to add very, very fucking well. I know how to add. I know how to subtract. I know how to multiply. And I know how to divide. I took math. Wasn't my greatest subject. But motherfucker, I do know when somebody cheating me. And I know when I owe something. I'm telling y'all, I just could not let it go. I couldn't let it go. It's just like the security people when they took that extra money out and I got an overdraft. Guess what? I got my statement from the bank showing what that overdraft was for that amount. I'm gonna go in and make a copy of this, and I will be mailing this shit off. And it's $72. I want my motherfucking $72. You ain't gonna take a damn from me. Cause y'all people try to be slick and try to get over on you. You ain't getting over on me. Gonna try to threaten somebody. If you will look like I'm gonna have to cancel a flight. How did that work for you? Because you wasn't able to cancel it, was you? Right. So all that bullshit you was talking on yesterday, day before, about you was going to have to cancel the flight. And like I told my mama, I said, he ain't called no fucking Southwest to see if he could cancel this flight. I said, he ain't called. He ain't called. Because what you going to do? Because I guarantee you, you can't send me my money back. And I already knew that. I knew he couldn't send it back. Because it's been spent. So I told my mama, hey, we both gonna lose. Because the $400 that I sent you, if I gotta go book my flight, give my money back so I can put this money down on my flight. Because I guarantee if I had went through Uplift Vacations wouldn't have asked me for no $400 up front. They wouldn't have asked me for that. I probably would have had to pay like $100 or $200. And see, people be thinking that you slow because they got a degree in math and they got and they know this and they know that. Get your ass out of here. Everybody got a calculator on their phone. It's easy to add some shit up or subtract, divide, or multiply. You ain't the smartest knife in the drawer your damn self. Not when you trying to play with people. So that's why I said, cancel it. If this $200 is not acceptable, I said cancel my flight. Cancel our flight. Send me my $200 back. I said, you can send me my $200. I said, sell me my $200, my $400 back. That's why when he came back and said, I'll see if I can Zelle it back to you. Motherfucker, you ain't even got the money. You don't even have the money. I'm just telling y'all, I just get so tired of people trying to play with you. I get so tired of that. I get so tired of everybody trying to be some fucking scam artist, somebody trying to run a scam, even in your own family. I was reading the comments yesterday from Angel, because Angel has told me that story before about her brothers. I read the other comments from you all. Miss TRC said, girl, I can tell you some stories. You know, it's just a shame. It really is. And it's always the people that are the closest to you that try to do you the most. Always. Always. He knows that I'm a single mama. He knows that I, pretty much, it's me. I take care of everything. He knows that. He knows that. But he feel like this, oh, she made good money. So, let me see what I can get out of her. Let me tell you something. I ain't never fed a motherfucker's habit. When Christopher's sperm donor and I was together, he used to smoke weed and he drank. I don't smoke weed and I don't drink. So one day we were going to the beach and he said, let's stop and get something to drink. Because I'm not a drinker and I ain't an alcoholic. My man don't think about alcohol. So we go into this grocery store and he goes over to the liquor area. And he's asking the guy for Crown Royal, something. And I'm like, I thought we was coming to get some pop or some water or juice. I said, let's go get something to drink. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, go ahead, get what you want to get. This motherfucker has the guy bring all these 3 bottles of alcohol down, and then he looks over at me. I said, what you looking at me for? Oh, I thought maybe you was gonna buy. I said, if you don't have the money to support your habit, that's a habit you don't need to be doing. And I walked the fuck out of the store. I wish the fuck I would buy some goddamn alcohol for somebody other than taking a bottle of wine to a gathering or whatever. I wish I would buy you some weed, some coke, or some alcohol to support, or some cigarettes to support your habit. Let me tell you what my habits are. My hair, y'all saw I got my hair redone. She curled it up yesterday. My hair, my nails, my feet, my jewelry, clothing, shopping. That's my habit. And I can afford my habit of what I like. I can afford that. So I suggest you be able to afford yours. Same thing with him. You like to gamble. You like to go to the boat. Then you need to budget that in. Don't come to me looking for me for your extra money because you blew your fucking money at the boat. Ain't got shit to do with me. Ain't got shit to do with me. I can't wait till she color my hair. You ain't finna use me. You ain't finna do me. Nah. You ain't finna play with me. Talking about, if you had to just talk to me. All of this ain't necessary. If you had to just get out of my face. Get out of my face. Like I said, I know he was over there causing her all kinds of problems yesterday. I know he was. Yo, sister. Let me tell you about your sister. Yeah, go ahead and tell her and everybody else you want to tell. Anybody else you want to tell. Because guess what? You going to take this motherfucking $200 and you going to shut the fuck up. And on the 7th, you going to get another whatever. And on the 21st, you going to get the end I don't care who you tell. But I bet you this much. I bet you this much. You gonna know that a bitch is smart. You gonna know that you can't get over on me. Like I said, I don't trust him to even do my taxes, and I doubt I'll even have him do it. That's another thing. Let me tell y'all this. He's an accountant. He has a degree in accounting. I think he has a bachelor's and a master's in accounting. Okay. He has a bachelor's and a master's in accounting. He knows how to work numbers. This is why he knows how to, this is why he's all into gambling, because he knows how to do numbers, right? I sent him a really, really good friend. I sent a real good friend to him. She sent all of her family to him. What the hell? I get all this on my arm. Hold on. I'm like, am I bleeding? I don't know how I got this on my arm. I took a shower, y'all. I did. But it was this, it's this. It's weird. I don't have it on my clothes, it's on my arm. So she sent all her family, her sisters, her cousins, everybody. Everybody went to him. Got their taxes done. He was racking up. I sent a co-worker to him just recently. I sent another co-worker to him. I sent a classmate to him. In total, I've sent him at least 8 people for him to do their taxes. When he does my taxes, he charges me $200 or a little bit over $200. He's been doing this for years. My mama had to pay him too. My mama pays him $50 to do her taxes. We have to pay him. But he charges me more. So when my mama sent her money to him, he sent back all of these like, you know, thanks Ma, all these emojis, kissy faces and all that, right? Whenever my mother and I go over to their house, he'll speak to me, but he don't never come over to me and hug me or say hey or whatever. He be all over my mama. He always making jokes about my weight. He always making jokes about, oh, you know, if it's some food, she gonna be around. He'll make jokes about my eyelashes or my makeup. The last time we was over there, he told me, he said, the kittens are outside because they got this cat over there that keep having kittens. So he told me to come outside because the kittens had came out from up under wherever they stay, up under their deck. So I went out there to see the kittens. And so then I felt like, okay, and this was brought to my attention. I didn't even think about this. But this was brought to my attention that the only reason why he called me to come out there was because his friends was out there in the yard. And she said, this is what was told to me, that he told his friends, yeah, my sister-in-law got the biggest ass. And he wanted me to come out there so his friends could see how big my ass was. And it wasn't nothing about the kittens. I don't put nothing past this dog. I don't put nothing past him. And I stood over by the stairs. I didn't even walk through the yard. And I was playing with the kittens, and he's like, yeah, that one is this one, and that was it, because he knows that I like cats. But you don't really fuck with me on no other level. But you want to tell me, you want to call me out there. What you calling me out there for? What was your real reason for calling me out there? So, I said all of that to say, I ain't got nothing for him. And I don't give a damn who see this video, and I don't give a damn who go back and tell him, because I'll tell him exactly what the fuck I said. I tell her exactly what I said. I tell my sister. And I've told her this before. That's your tragedy. You married that piece of shit. I didn't have nothing to do with that. So I told her when we all went on the cruise in 2016, I told her then, me and her was sitting there talking. I said, I'm really shocked that you married him. I said, I really am. She's been knowing him for over 20-some years, longer now, because we went to H&R Block to get our taxes done. He did her taxes. That's how they met. He's always been after her because she never would give him no type of rhythm at all. And then, bam, they go out on a date, and she decides, they start dating, and they decide that they're going to get married. Why? Why? She knew what he was. She knew how he was. That's what I'm saying about women. I'm going to say it again. And this applies to her too. Being so fucking thirsty for a husband. So thirsty. Most of you women already know what kind of man you got, and you still marry them. Thinking, oh, well, if we get married, it don't change. It don't change. It don't change. He had the nerve to tell my good girlfriend, the one I sent to him to get her taxes done, that brought all her family. He had the nerve to talk about me to her as if she wasn't going to come back and tell me, bitch, this ain't your friend. This is my friend. Yeah, when we got engaged, she didn't even say congratulations. Tell me, I didn't say congratulations. I think she jealous. Of who? Of who? Of your broke alcoholic gambling ass? Of who? See, a lot of women marry these men because they don't want to be alone, or they don't want to do things by themselves. That ain't my story. That ain't my story. Because one day he made that comment, oh, something about me not having a husband. I said, if I had to have one like you, I don't want one. You ain't no motherfucking winner. She didn't win. What did she win? What she got? What she got? That's why women, y'all need to think before y'all start jumping into these relationships and getting married. Men are not marrying you because they love you. I don't believe he loved her, that he all into her. No. He wants somebody to cook, wash his funky clothes, and clean. Now, the difference in my sister and in because this is third marriage, my sister ain't going for that bullshit. But she go for enough of it. But he mean, he nasty. Hey, whatever. Whatever. That's your thing. You married him. She married him. So, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't my concern. But what you ain't gonna do, you ain't gonna try to play me. You ain't gonna play me. That's what you ain't gonna do. It ain't happening. Thought you could, but you can't. So he told her that was just amazing to me. I'm just like, jealous of what am I supposed to be jealous of? I mean, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Oh, the sun is bright. Go on somewhere with that. I'm never gonna be jealous of a woman who got a piece of a shit of a husband. Never. Ain't nothing to be jealous of. So needless to say, this whole threat that he made about he was gonna cancel my flight, he didn't cancel nothing. He didn't cancel a goddamn thing. Checkmate. I won. And if he had never said that, if he had never came with that bullshit about, oh, it look like I'm going to have to cancel your flight. Cancel it. Here's the flights right here. Here's the flights right here. And once I went in there and I saw them same flights, both of them flights was available, going and coming back, I said, well, I'll just be damned. You told me that I couldn't cancel it. You told me all of this bullshit, and it wasn't even true. So she lied, and he lied. And they both lied because they both was trying to get me to come up with all of that money. Now, they just came back from Vegas, like the end of July. So maybe they was both broke and they needed my money. I don't know. But they didn't get it. And I told my mama that yesterday. I said, he can't get nothing that I don't have. I said, you've always taught us that. Can't nobody get nothing that you ain't got. And if I ain't got it, I ain't got it. End of fucking story. And I made sure when I got paid on, what was that? The 7th. So I sent him the money. That was August 4th that she sent us the stuff. So August 7th, I sent him the $400. And I made sure that on August 7th, before I paid any bills or bought anything or did anything, I made sure that I sent him his money first thing that morning when I got paid. I made sure I did. I said, before I do anything else, same way when my uncle or my niece would take my son to school. Before I did any other thing, I made sure I sent them their money. Same way with the lawn man. Make sure I make sure I get that shit out of the way before anything else come out. So, you know, I don't like people to play in my face. I don't like for people to call themselves sticking it to me. You ain't finna stick shit to me. And when you come with threats, I don't do good with threats. I don't do good with nobody threatening me. I don't do good with nobody trying to dangle or hold nothing over me. I don't like that. I don't like that shit. I don't like that. So, the end. So he gonna get that $200 tomorrow. Sell it to him, give it to him, go on about your way. Then come back talking about, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, my ass. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna whoop my ass for it. You gotta accept what I give. Oh, and I'm sure he's saying, oh, this will never happen again. Don't worry. And you ain't got to worry. But like I said, I know how he does not like me he's never cared for me. And one of the reasons why he don't care for me is because I get up with his ass. I go toe to motherfucking toe with him. Toe to toe. See, this ain't the first time we ain't been to the rodeo. That's why I didn't want him putting shit on his credit card. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I'll come over there and I'll do it myself. And that's what I should have did. Should have booked it myself. But lesson learned. Every lesson is learned. Every lesson. You never lose, you learn. Now, next time I ever go somewhere, I don't need you to book shit for me. I can do it my fucking self. I can do it myself. This ain't the first time we ain't been to the rodeo. But it's gonna be the last. But he's, you know, like I said, I can't stand him. I've never liked him. I've tolerated him because of her. You know, the last time we was over there, like I said, he comes standing in the kitchen, looking to see how much food we were taking. I told my mama, I said, if you want to go over there on Labor Day, you go. I said, but I will not be there. Thanksgiving, she having it at our house, I ain't going. I'll drop Chris off. I'll come back. I'll come back for you. So I got to work the next day anyway. So no. Christmas is always at my mama's house. I'll be there. And my mother told me yesterday, she was like, yeah, well, she was like, he should have been a little bit more humble and he should have never threatened you. And that's what pissed me off. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the money. It was about the fucking threat. That's what tore my ass. That's what made me say, fuck you. That's what made me say that to him. When you come with your fucking threats. I'm a grown-ass woman. Who the fuck you think you talking to? Who you think you talking to? I don't know what you do with her. You may talk to her any kind of way and abuse her, but I ain't her. I don't lay with your monkey ass every night. I don't give a fuck about you. Like I said, be careful, because you don't never know when you might need me. And guess what? I'm not going to be there. I love his children. I love his grandchildren. His children are sweet. His daughter is so sweet. Every time she come here and we see her, whatever, I mean, just the sweetest young lady. She's pretty, she's beautiful, and she's so sweet. And I think she's gonna, her boyfriend gonna ask her to marry her. I hope he does. She is the sweetest girl. She's a Christian girl, just so sweet. I love her to death. His son, nice young man. Nice young man. He's married. He has 3 beautiful little girls that I'm just crazy about. When Christmas, not this past Christmas, but Christmas before last, my sister and him went to Arizona to visit them. And I Zelled my sister, and my mother did too. We Zelled my sister some money to go Christmas shopping for them. We sent them Christmas gifts. We sent my sister the money, and she went shopping in Walmart or whatever toy store for them. I think I sent her 100 or 50 or something like that. And I think my mother sent 100. And we said, go shopping for them or whatever. You know, and they had bought them some gifts already. So they had stuff to open up. So I bought them a gift. I'm crazy about his son and his daughter and his grandchildren. But him, I don't give a fuck about. I ain't got nothing for him. Nothing for him. His ex-wife is nice. His ex-wife is nice. I like her too. The ex-wife's sister son was killed, and it was horrible. And I even like the sister, the ex-wife's sister. I don't really know her, but I know of the situation with the son. It was just so heartbreaking when that happened. I send my condolences. I like his ex-wife, and my sister and his ex-wife get along great. She's a beautiful woman, you know, classy. And she left his ass. Then he married another woman. That lasted 2.5 seconds because he wanted her to be a fucking maid. She left him. She really was in love with him, but found out what a motherfucking jerk he was. You know, he had another daughter by somebody else. She's same thing. Sweet as pie. I'm like, I don't know. Thank God for y'all mamas. His best friend. Love his best friend. Got his best friend's number. We ain't never dated or nothing like that. But his best friend ain't shit like him. Ain't nothing like him. Just as nice guy. Would make any woman a good guy. I think he got a girlfriend now. But he cool as hell. Ain't nothing like him. I'm like, how the fuck did y'all hook up with him? Because when I tell you he ain't nothing like him, and then my best friend, he had already tried to like become friends with him because he did work in their house or whatever. I'm like, I said, I can't tell you who to be friends with, but he know how I feel about him. I said, I can't tell you who to be friends with. Everybody that's attached to him is nothing like him. Nothing like him. I can't stand him. Like I said, I tolerate him. I speak. When we all went to Punta Cana, I was cool. I was chill. Because wasn't no need to ruining the trip, arguing and all that. Because they was doing enough of that, the two of them. So, I stay out her business. I don't go to her house. We know we have in the past, she and I, we do things together, whatever. When she said he not coming, I'm like, thank God. Thank God. I'll be glad. She said, because when we was me, her, and him was going on this cruise, I was like, okay, gonna have to bite the bullet. I am so glad that he is not going. That 6 days of my life, I don't have to look at his face and be bothered with him. I'm so glad. I'm so glad my mama is going and Chris is going. I'm so glad. And my sister. I'm just so glad that I got to deal with that. You have no idea. So, the moral of the story is, he ain't canceled nothing. He gonna get this money and life is gonna go on just the way that it's supposed to. And that's that. So, you want to come with your threats? I can come with one better. Sometimes you got to call people bluff. Sometimes when a person tells you something, sometimes you got to say, okay, fine, that's fine. Rub me my money. See, one thing I know for sure, and two things I'm certain about. You spend my money, and you can't fucking pay me back. And thirdly, I know you can't cancel no goddamn flight this late. And if you can cancel it, you say you would get a credit. What you gonna do? Cancel it. Because when I asked you to cancel it the day that you booked it, Y'all lied and said you couldn't. But now you can cancel it this many. Y'all booked it August 4th. You booked it August 4th. I paid you August 7th. You booked it August 4th. We're in the 21st day of the month. Why you can't cancel it? Because you said you could. See, that's what you get. That's what people get, and that's what he get for talking too fucking much. For trying to trying to scare somebody. You ain't scare me. I don't need you. I'm self-sufficient. I know how to book a flight. I've booked me a flight before. And like I said, he didn't book my son as no teen. He booked him as an adult. And that's why my bill, my flight was so high. Because he booked him as an adult, not a teen. I bet you any amount of money that he didn't book him as no teen so I could get a lower flight for him. I bet you. I'm 101,000% correct and know that. Because any kind of way that he can think he can stick something to me, that's what he gonna do. I don't know what his deal is with me and don't give no fuck. But one thing I ain't no weak ass bitch. And like I said, I think he know that. And we went some rounds before, and I ain't cussed him the fuck out. You not finna talk to me any kind of goddamn way. I don't give a fuck who you are. And I done told y'all that 1,000 times on this channel. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't give a damn. Just like them in here. No. You're not gonna lie on me. You're not gonna lie on me. You're not gonna say something that ain't true. No. Now if we gonna talk facts, we gonna talk facts. But you ain't gonna add nothing, and you ain't gonna take nothing away. You gonna tell the fucking truth of how the shit really went down. So now, think about the next time you open up your motherfucking big ass mouth trying to threaten somebody and thinking that you got somebody, you backing somebody up in the corner and they don't have no choice. No, people, you always got a choice, baby. And you always got options. And that's what I tell my son. You always got choices and you always got options. You ain't got to never, ever, ever do something that you don't want to do because you in a position that you're beholding to somebody else, or you need somebody else, or there's no other way for you to get out. Fuck that. That's why I tell Chris, make sure you have your own money. Make sure you have your own car. Make sure you're self-sufficient. Make sure you can take care of yourself. You don't want to ever depend on another motherfucker to do shit for you that you can't do for your damn self. Because people like to dangle shit over you and think they got you where they want you to be so they can treat you whatever kind of way they want to treat you. That ain't my story. And if I don't take that off of these niggas in the street that I date, I sure in the fuck ain't gonna take it from a punk motherfucker that got a goddamn habit and think that he can do me any kind of way. I don't give a fuck about your credit card. I don't give a fuck about your credit score or none of that. If you come correct, I'm gonna come correct. If you come with bullshit, I come with my bullshit. Cancel that motherfucking flight. Give me my motherfucking money. Because what I do know is that I sent you the money and I got the motherfucking proof. And what I also know is that you ain't got my goddamn money because you took that shit and you lost it at the motherfucking boat. Now you scrambling because you can't pay your bill. Ain't got shit to do with me. You ain't finna squeeze me because you in a tight spot. Hell no. And I'm still mad about it. But I feel better today. Don't I look better? I feel better. He can't do nothing but laugh. This is one of my drivers. He is hilarious. You ain't finna squeeze me? No. No. So you all, that's all I got. But I'm just going to leave this with you all. Make sure you are in a position to always take care of yourself. Teach your children, teach your grandchildren this, because it ain't nothing like having to depend on somebody else for your life and how you want to move. It is mind-boggling to me when people put themselves in situations that they can't move how they want to move, and they are grown-ass adult. When you a grown-ass adult, you should be able to move the way you want to move. Real talk. So never put yourself in a situation that you need somebody else so badly that you can't take care of yourself. Be self-sufficient and be able to rely on nobody else but you and God. God first and then you. Don't let nobody just do you any kind of way just because they got some money. You ain't got to do nothing strange for some change when you got your own. You ain't got to do that. Start teaching these young people in your life this right now. Teach your sons. Live by yourself. Don't go living with no fucking woman. Don't let nobody put you out. You put them out. Let it be the other way around. People are just a trip. It's just a trip. So that's the end of that story. And we're gonna move right along. Don't forget to go to the community page, to my channel. Don't forget to click on visiting community and upload a picture, either a current or a throwback picture. Okay, I want to see your pictures. I want to see them now. I want to see who I'm always talking to and who is always in these comment sections. Okay, all right, you all. So have a great Thursday. We will see each other tomorrow, or I may see you all later on today. I may come live again tonight. I don't know. But y'all have a good, blessed day. Have a peaceful day. And if you can't find no peace, don't go messing up nobody else's. Okay? All right, y'all. I love you all. Thank you all for the love and the support. Thank you for supporting the channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because it helps me stay in the algorithm on YouTube. And if you're not subscribed and this is your first time watching the video, hit that subscribe button. Okay? All right. And I hope my ear feel better as the day go on, because it's starting to feel a little better. I'm finna take some more Tylenol. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Okay? Peace and blessings. Bye. Mwah.